poverty, but to live with dignity. You keep talking about that.
We got to help people get through a hard time. We can't have a country and policies that let people fall through the cracks.
Yeah.
I love what you have done with your life. You were coaching a high school football team that was winless.
Yes.
And you came in, and so they were clearly the underdogs.
And
what happened?
Yeah, it's a team, and I had great coaches with me, and we were friends, and we buckled down. And look, I was a fairly big school, but nobody wanted to play because they hadn't won. And this group of coaches said, first and foremost, we gotta build the team. We gotta go out and find people. So we invited them in, and I'll be honest, the first year we did not score a touchdown until the last game of the year. We got shut out in every game. My high score until the final game was my defensive tackle because we got a safety in one game. 2 years later, those kids won a state championship. That school has won several more since then after we left. You build culture. You build winning. Right. People want to be a part of it. And that's the excitement. That's the excitement of what it can be.
That's how I feel about our campaign.
Yeah.
Our campaign is the underdog campaign.
Oh, yeah.
And with our joy, we also have to understand that we're still up against some forces.
Yes.
That are trying to divide our country. It pains me the kind of division and the stoking of divisions that has taken place, right? And when we can remind people and create a space for everyone to come where they see each other and say, magic. Hey, we're all in this together.
It almost feels like everybody's coming out of their house after a blizzard and, a Minnesota reference, and you shovel out, and then you start talking to your neighbors. How was it the last couple of days or whatever it might be? They're re-energizing, and they're looking for their neighbors. We keep saying, keep talking about the promise of America, and we say, take care of your neighbor.
In the face of a stranger, when you're looking in the face of a stranger, you should see a neighbor, right?
Yeah. I'm about crying on this when you talk about, look.
I was talking to my white friends over here. We were so caught off guard. We didn't know what he was supposed to do. What did he think? He thought he was gonna say fuck me and then sit there and enjoy it? Nigga, get your bitch ass up out of here, nigga, for this whole building collapse on your pussy ass. Selena! Fuck over here. If that nigga's still there in 65 seconds, I'll mop his bitch ass my motherfucking self. Start the timing at 65, 64, 63, 62, 61, 60, 59, 58, 57, 56, 55. Hold on, is that nigga still right there? keep trying to come back like it was a commercial. I'm finding it difficult. Let me... Hey, Crumbs, hit me like we just came out of it, so just fade the song in that 10 seconds so we act like we're a commercial. Be professional. Thank you, and welcome back to the show. We want to thank everybody who was involved in that last production, Satan versus his damn self. If we have any more fuck yous, I will reserve that to the end of the show. What I've decided to do is, I will now spend the rest of my time talking to people who like me.
Kicking niggas
And then
out.
after that, I'll do a special encore where I stay on the stage and everybody who likes me can leave, and I'll stay in here with the pussies that's left and see what kind of show them bitches want. Cause whatever the fuck you want, motherfucker, you guessed it. I'm on one and I'm standing on it because it makes me talk. So now, to the people that I came here to see anyway, you have to forgive me. You have to forgive me, dear Muslims and or Christians. Yeah, whatever. Understand. Saying I still paid you is like telling a prostitute, bitch, you should have sucked my dick better. That's not the way it works. You pay at the door for what you thought was going to happen. Service of you is not part of my product. My product is designed for the people who created me, the people that I'm talking back to, the people you are interrupted anyway because you want to be famous in your own life. So now, since clearly you too pussy to fight me, sir, I didn't hear you, but I assume you said yes. Since you too pussy to fight me, then just shut up till the end, and then at the encore it'll be your turn. Just let me suck more than I'm already doing now. You should have no problem with that, since if I didn't suck, what would you have done with all them useless booze you drove all the way over here? See, man, you gotta understand, these niggas don't start hating when they get here. No. These niggas hate it as they were ironing their clothes, they hate it. Oh, I can't wait to see this half-pint piece of shit. But when they get here, I'm much taller than they thought I was ever gonna be. And I'll really bust a nigga in his real fucking eyebrows at any fucking point. I was raised that way. I'm from Cincinnati / goddamn. Where I'm from, we call you a bitch. These is the motherfuckers that go to the movie theater and holler at the screen. Shut your stupid ass up. You couldn't die and be on CNN, nigga. It's good for Mexicans to see me angry with somebody that's not Mexican. I love Cincinnati too, man.
Sometimes we hold concerts or comedies or shows, and we get a lot of audience interaction, right? It happens. Sometimes you might be saying things, and your audience don't like it. So since your audience don't like it, they tend to start saying stuff to you. And if you get a little bit more emotional, you may start saying stuff back to them, which might in turn disrupt or deviate your comedy, deviate your stand-up comedy, and it might either make people wanna come to your show, or it might make people kind of like question your show. You know, I think one of the best things that I have learned is that when you're doing like a show, an event, or something, and you see people interrupting you in the background or in the crowd, just ignore them. I know it's very difficult sometimes to really ignore people, especially when they just keep interrupting and interrupting. They keep going and going. It is very, very difficult. But I can say just just ignore them and let it go. They will speak. They say the best way to respond to somebody, especially somebody that keeps talking, is not to talk back. Is to do what? Is to stay quiet. You know, quietness is the best response to a talkative, to somebody that keeps talking, especially when the person is angry. Just stay quiet. The person will talk and talk and talk and talk until the person stays quiet. I know Car Williams got a little bit emotional, and it's very okay. We all get emotional. I know he got a little bit more emotional and responded back to the guy. I think it was a girl, probably a girl, like probably a girl. So I responded back to him, but I think he was probably a guy, because I don't think he would talk like that to a lady. So I think he got a little emotional and responded back to him. So and deviated the comedy flow. So what I can say is, if you're doing like a comedy or whatever like that, and somebody is not just a comedy, not just a comedy, but even an event, not just a comedy or an event, and people are interrupting like that, just let it go. Just let it go. Just let it go. Continue doing your comedy, continue doing your stuff. Because if you leave your comedy and go and respond to that person, the person has won. In the sense that the person was able to distract you, in the sense that the person was able to distract you, to leave your comedy, to leave your presentation or your event, and go about and respond to the person. So when you're doing an event or something like that and somebody's interrupting, most of the time just let the person interrupt. Let the person say whatever they want to say. At the end of the day, you are the big gun there. No, you are the big gun there. So I can say is at the end of the day, just let people do whatever they want. Let them say whatever they want to say. The best way to act, to be more mature, and not necessarily be mature, to have people listen to you more, is not to respond when people accuse you, when people say stuff about you. Just stay quiet, especially when you know they're right. Let nature, let God defend you. That's the best way. And going to the part of Kamala Harris, I have never seen like an open. I think Donald Trump did an open talk one time when I think it was before president, but it was just with himself, an interview with himself. So I have never seen something like the one VP Kamala Harris did with Governor Timot. It's very nice. When you look at the stranger, when you look at somebody opposite you, you try to see your neighbor in them. You know, what I can say is we should learn to be our brother's keeper, not just our brother's keeper, but care for your neighbor, care for the well-being. It's something that is very, very important. And one of the things that I really makes me really agree with the poem VP Kamala said is when you start caring for one another, you start fighting against depression, you start fighting against mental illness because mental illness and depression all stem from loneliness, not having somebody to vent to, people not listening to you, and all not like that. So when you start being your brother's keeper, you not just your brother's keeper, when you start caring for one another, you really help, really join the fight in fighting against mental illness and one like that, which is greatly affecting our beautiful nation. So I think that point that she made was very, very good, because it's something that we don't really put it as a public awareness. I think it should be made as a public awareness in the country. A lot of people are going through mental illness and whatnot like that, and it needs to be taken. It needs to be taken seriously. We should really care for one another. Really want to see one another go and improve. So we should really greatly care for one another so much. And at the end of the day, what we all look forward to is sorry for that. At the end of the day, what we all look forward to is a good improvement of the nation, which is something very, very important. Innovation, forwardness of the nation, which is the most important thing. Because if our nation don't move forward, we won't be able to move forward. So our nation needs to move forward so that we ourselves can move forward. You know, innovation, the growth, inflation come down, high gas prices goes down. I don't know if gas prices will. I mean, the war in Ukraine keeps continuing, and Ukraine is lavishing, going way, 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 taking on Russia. So it's very interesting, and let's see because it says the U.S. has watched closely as Ukraine forces push deeper into Russian territory, powered by U.S. provided arms equipment that have raised questions whether Kiev has abided by the Biden administration restriction of the use of American weaponry. So I think the war, when people are in turmoil and fighting against one another, nobody wins at the end of the day. The both sides have casualties and both sides loses. I can say at the end of the day, can Russia defeat Ukraine? Well, wait, Russia can. I mean, if Russia wants to use all the might and power, they can do that. I think there are cautions about what the war will say and or whatnot like that. They are really not using all their forces though. Like, I think at the end of the day, what we really need is not fighting because fighting not just Ukraine and Russia suffers. The whole world suffers. The gas prices are high now because of that. Foodstuffs are high now because of that. You know, we both suffer at the end of the day if the war keeps continuing. So we really want the war to come to an end so that gas prices can go down, people can live in peace and harmony and unity and tranquility.